Hello, Sandman Nation. It is officially November. The clocks have fallen back. The weather is getting a little colder. And if you look hard enough, you might even be able to see Pat's nipples. But don't let that distract you too much because we are ready for another awesome show. And it is time to enter Sandman Sports. And look who we have back from his boondoggle in Vegas, the one and only Sandman, Mr. Bill Sanders. How you doing, buddy? Now, was this a legit boring work trip, or are we talking epic hangover-like stories here? Come on, you can tell us the truth.
Nah, it was work. Unfortunately, I was down there for a work conference.
Oh, well, that
Boring.
sounds
Yep.
boring. Yeah,
it was. It was.
Yeah. Well, I really still don't believe you. So while you were going all Zach Galifianakis on us in Sin City, my good friend Pat Clyde and I were holding down the fort here with our awesome, dependable, fill-in guest, Mr. Brandon Lewis, who once again brought it so strong. So thank you, Brandon, as always. Pat, good to see you again, sir. How are you doing on this fine day?
Doing wonderful. Yeah, thanks for asking, Eric.
You look wonderful.
Things are good.
You look really
feeling good.
Are you using a different moisturizer by chance?
No, I don't use moisturizers. I should.
It all comes natural, I guess.
Yeah.
You look good, man.
Yeah.
You look real good.
Thanks,
man.
man.
All right, well, boys, let's jump right into the random questions of the day. So, Pat, we'll let Bill ease back into it, and we'll start you with one.
Appreciate that.
Today, I'll ask it to you, give you a minute to think about it, go to Bill, put him on the spot, and then come back to you. All right. What cartoon character do you think would make the best lawyer, and why? All right, you figure that beaut out. And all right, here we go,
Eric.
Bill. All right, here we go, Bill. Would you rather be forced to wear shoes every second of your life or never be able to wear shoes ever again?
I hate these questions. I really do. I got to go with shoes all the time. That sucks in the shower. Sucks swimming.
The shower thing would suck, dude.
That sucks. But you can't have shoes.
Shoes don't dry out. Shoes don't dry out. They take forever to dry.
No, it's going to be miserable. It's absolutely miserable. Yeah. But I'm just thinking hot asphalt. You can't be walking around places.
Well,
you can't even get into restaurants. Like they're not even going to let you in the building. No shoes.
I wonder,
no shirt.
could you I don't know. Could you wrap towels around your feet? I wonder if that counts.
That's true. I guess you could get creative with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah.
I just can't wait to hear Pat's answer.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. What do we got here? Cartoon character lawyer.
I say foghorn leghorn. I say he's innocent.
Oh my God. That is perfect.
That would be a good one, dude. Just the voice itself, I think, would have juries captivated. So,
yeah,
dude, that was a tough one.
You can't top that answer.
No, I mean, Pat's bringing it strong already. We're only like 3 minutes in, and he's, dude. Well, I wouldn't go that far.
Yeah.
But, well, guys,
Sanders is salty. He's sick.
Yes. Sanders is a little salty. For our listeners, you guys probably can't tell because he always looks and sounds perfect. But Bill's a little under the weather today. So he's bringing it strong. As we've said many times, the show must always go on here. So he's bringing it. He didn't want to miss another ep today. So we appreciate you having coming on again. Yeah. Well, guys.
By the way, all soccer nailed it tonight. All soccer.
Oh,
that's all we're doing. Yeah, that's all we're doing.
Okay.
Stay tuned for that. If we didn't lose all the audience.
Thing. That's worse than any random question of the day.
That would be a funny thing to pull on you guys at some point.
No. Well, guys, we have no cartoons or shoes on our website, but we do have lots of sports. And just like Nike footwear, we certainly just do it every single day. So be sure to check us out at sandmansports.com for all kinds of awesome content. We are seriously publishing at least 4, 5, even 6. We've published as many as 8 articles each day, ranging from all the major sports, some more on the general side, some more specific to the sports betting world. basketball season, both college and pro, starting to heat up. We got a lot of action there. Obviously, we've got a ton of football, both pro and college there. If you like smart, entertaining takes on sports and sports betting, please visit us and be sure to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok, all at Enter Sandman Sports. Okay, gentlemen, well, for our opening, we're going to start with this. I hope everyone's Halloween went well. I want to get into in just a little baseball conversation as well. But before we do that, I want to just hear how your Halloween evenings and your Halloween weekends went. Any quick stories, reactions from Halloween night, any parties, family stuff, trick-or-treating highlights, whatever, any weather issues maybe. Just want to hear how it went for you boys. So Pat, why don't you start us off, man? How was your Halloween?
It was all right. Halloween's always kind of uneventful, but it was pretty good. I went to the Minneapolis Museum of Art with my daughter. That was cool. Checked out some Van Goghs and Matisse and O'Keeffe and all the greats. All the heavy hitters were there.
Why did you do that?
Just during the day. I just happened to have day off, first day off in a while, and the kids didn't have school either. So yeah, we went out during the day. It was a solid daddy-daughter day. It was good. Otherwise, it was quiet in our neighborhood. Not too many kids coming to the door, and yeah, so it was really for some reason the last few years have been pretty quiet. But my son and his friend
did I convince
took
you
down all the candy? We have no candy in the house. Yep.
Did I convince
me to what?
Last time to get to not be a cheap ass and to splurge on some of the big full-size candy bars this year? Maybe have some people show up at your house.
We gave out floss and toothbrushes and pennies. Yeah,
that's about right.
I do remember when I was a kid emptying my
floss
my
the
stash,
best.
And there was like change. So the guy was just dropping his change in there, like 3 pennies and a nickel. Like, yeah, thanks.
Oh, yeah. What about you, Bill? Did you have a good Halloween?
Yeah, I mean, so the weather out here, you guys, I'm talking about
Craig was telling
river,
me it was awful. Yeah,
absolute deluge, and it was unbelievable how many trick-or-treaters were out on Halloween night.
Even in that weather, with that weather. Wow.
You know what? Every year, I'm always just amazed at these parents and how they will go through. And World Series was on, so I set up the TV in long story short, we have a separate building, and so we were set up out there to have friends over, and then that's where the trick-or-treaters come to the front door. And so I set up the TV so that the parents could see the game. So when they came, so they were all like, "Oh, what's score? Okay, 3-1. Oh, 6th inning still."
That's cool. That's cool.
So that was kind of fun. But I mean, we went through so much candy. And my wife is pretty infamous in Fall City she does Fireball gummy bears for the adults in like a little shot glass thing. So she's got those all set up.
She didn't offer me any of those when I came to
well, it wasn't. You got to show up on Halloween.
You got to show up on Halloween. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But she's got like giant bucket of candy. So kids get a fistful of candy, you get a toy, and you get a glow stick. And so our house is pretty famous in Fall City for everyone wants to go to the Sanders house for this whole setup. So kudos to Marcy. She's amazing.
Is Will still trick-or-treating? Or is he?
No.
Is he still?
He's sophomore. He's done. Yeah, he's done.
Okay.
But we were talking. So that's what I was going to ask you guys about. What is the age where you're like, all right? I mean,
once you can drive. If
so
you can
I have a strong opinion on this.
Oh, at least that. But is even like 15-year-olds like
I don't care if you're freaking 18. I have a strong opinion on this, dude.
Okay, yeah, bring it, Bierman.
You can be 18 years old and freaking show up, and I'm gonna give you candy just like I would if you're 6 years old, dude.
Right.
The innocence of it. I love older kids who still want to do it. They're doing it because they enjoy it. They're doing it because they want candy, because they have fond memories of it. They've done it since they were a kid. I love seeing older kids do. Now 18, I think that is a bit much, but I think ninth grade. I mean,
adults show up.
I mean, I think 15.
You're dressed as a construction worker.
Probably...
No, I'm actually a construction worker now.
I just got off work.
I just got off.
I just got off work, and
dude,
I
love Twix. I love Twix. Like, what do you got?
Exactly. You got anything better? How about Toblerone bars?
Oh man, I love that. Yeah, because I was, Fireball gummy bears, right? Everybody's got to get something. Yeah. Anyway, I was just curious. I was just thinking, is there a line? And I don't know. It just seems like sometimes I'm like, you're actually an old kid.
I hear you, but it's like at the end of the day, it costs me a freaking candy bar. I don't give a shit. No, if it makes them happy, there's a lot worse things in the world than a 16-year-old kid trying to get extra candy,
Especially when it's like 40 degrees and pouring sideways.
Exactly.
I'm like, bring it. You guys Marcy was like, take one of this and one of this and one of this. I'm like, take a handful. And she's like, no, not yet. And I'm like,
you do have to. Yeah. I mean, that's how we only had probably 25 people. So our Halloween was great. I don't know what it was. Like, weather was great. This was the first year we did the driveway fire pit thing. Jamie convinced me earlier in the day to go to Home Depot. I bought a cheap one, put together in like 15 minutes. And it was great. Mackenzie, a couple of her friends were over. We sat out there drinking and listening to music and hanging it up. But I mean, I bet we had 25 to 30 people tops. Not many more than that. Seriously, it was quiet, which I don't know why. Like I really don't. It was odd because we usually have a lot more. But my son Cooper, he had 7 friends over. And I talked a little bit about some of this in my 6-pack. So I'm gonna tell a different angle of the story that I didn't write about there. But he had 7 friends over. They were all good. Spent the night. It was a sleepover. But we had a little bit of some commotion about 30 minutes before they were going trick-or-treating. Jamie and I are upstairs where they had just eaten pizza. We had dinner before they go out. We're cleaning it up and we hear some kids yell, "Blood! That's a lot of blood!" So we run down. And one of the kids hit his head. They were horsing around. And he hit his head on our stairwell. And so so Jamie looks at it, and there was a big gash. And this kid was a trooper. He was like, "Yeah, this is the 3rd scar I'm gonna have on my head. I've had him before, And so we call his mom. Of course, the mom comes over. She was cool, but took him to urgent care, and he, like I said, he was very calm and cool about it. But I'm like, it's Halloween. He's going to miss, Halloween. Thankfully, he comes back about an hour and a half later, 2 hours later. And the kids, I thought this was so cool. They went with his bag. And at every house, they told them, we have a friend who is hurt right now. He can't be with us. Can we get candy for him?
Oh, yeah. I used to do that.
So they had a big haul for him waiting. So. Yeah, I know. I'm sure some people probably.
This pillowcase is for my buddy that's at ER. ER. Yeah, that's cool. Though.
So it ended
He's got stage 12 cancer.
And the night, and they were. Yeah.
He's on his deathbed.
Eric, do you guys do full size candy bars, or were you just?
We did. No, we did this year. Because we're fledgling entrepreneurs now, Sandman, with Sandman Sports. We had to cut back on that, so we went back to the fun size bars this year.
Okay, nice. Okay, yeah.
But no, we did for years. We did the big size.
You're the fun house. You're the one that kids would like double back. Yeah, you'll double back. Yeah. Did you have anybody this year be like, "What's up with this little?"
No. No, we were
Biermans.
No,
we count on you guys.
A lot of the kids we had too were younger, like little, 5-6-year-olds. So I don't know.
Well,
here's different.
Here's the thing I was going to ask you guys too: is do kids come up to the door now? Do they still say trick or treat?
No.
Yeah, we had some. I don't think they all do. No, they don't. They don't all do that. But I heard some of it.
Yeah, just so few of the kids, and it's kind of weird. Like, how did that all of a sudden not be a thing?
Yeah. We've gotten soft as a society, Bill.
I guess so. Yeah. Where are the
There you go.
requirements? Like, in order to get this Twix? I don't know.
All right. Well, guys, I'm glad you had a nice Halloween, and thank you for sharing that. But I'd like to shift a little bit and talk about baseball. We don't talk a ton about baseball on this show, even during the non-football months. We talk a little bit about it here and there, but it's not a massive topic for us. But I do want to dedicate some of the opening here to just looking back on the 2025 season. It was a great season. The Dodgers, just beat the Blue Jays in an epic Game 7. But it was just such a great baseball season through and through. I think it helped that my Reds were in it a long time for me personally. I know, Bill, your Mariners were a great story. Overall, though, it just seemed to be a very interesting, captivating season. So I want us each to just share some thoughts and reminisce a little bit about the great stuff this season. First, though, guys, we always try to do this. So just for our listeners, we make predictions on a lot of the major things. We don't just make them and then forget about them. We always try and bring them back, good, bad, ugly, let you guys know how we did. So I do want to bring back our predictions that we made back in March on the baseball season. We predicted each division winner, American League and National League pennant winners, and ultimately who the World Series champs were going to be. So, all right. So let's get to that. So the AL East, okay. Pat and Eric both picked the Yankees, and Bill picked the Orioles. So the Yankees, that was terrible. That was really by far your worst pick. A lot of your other picks were very good, but that was not good. Yankees actually tied the Blue Jays with 94 wins, but the Blue Jays got the number 1 seed because of the tiebreaker, and they technically won the division. So Pat, sorry for me and you, we do not get credit there, even though we were really close. All right, AL Central. The Guardians won it by 1 game over the Tigers. We all had goose eggs on this. Pat was the closest with the Tigers. Bill had the Twins, and I had the Royals. So
man, 2 terrible picks.
Yeah, I mean,
so far. Wow.
Yeah.
Twins,
all right, they get better.
Huh?
They get better, Bill.
Right.
Yeah. AL West. We all know the Mariners won that with an impressive 90-72 season, and of course, Bill had his M's predicted. Both Pat and Eric thought, for some reason, that the Rangers would bring it home, and we were very, very wrong. But Bill gets credit for the ends on that one. Switching to the National League East, the Phillies won that division by 13 games over the next closest second-place Mets. So very impressive job from Mike Paston's Philadelphia squad. Bill and Eric both had Philly, and Pat took the Mets, second-place Mets. So in the National League Central, all 3 of us had the Cubs, and all 3 of us were wrong, as the Brewers won that division by 5 games over Chicago. And in the National League West, we all had the Dodgers and were correct. So from a division total, Bill had 3 correct, I had 2, and Pat had 1. All right, then for our World Series predictions, Pat had the Dodgers versus the Yankees. I had the Dodgers versus the Rangers. Wow. And Bill had the Dodgers versus the Mariners. So Bill was so close to his prediction. The M's were 1 game away from making that. So nice job there, Mr. Sanders. And all 3 of us predicted the Los Angeles Dodgers to win the 2025 World Series. So basically, we are the smartest podcast trio in the world. Nice job there.
This could be true.
Mostly nice job. Don't forget, Bill did still pick the Orioles. So
yeah, thank you. Right, yeah, and the Twins.
Yeah, that's right. Forgot about the Twins were too. All right, guys. Well, nice job there. So yeah, let's just. I would love to just hear your guys' thoughts as we look back in the 2025 season. Things we loved, things we learned, things we really appreciate about. We bitch a lot about things on this podcast, rightfully so. We love that. But this one, we want to just talk more about the stuff that was good, the positive stuff about the season that we just finished. So, Pat, why don't you start us off, man?
Yeah, it was a crazy end to an amazing playoff season. Since I refused to pay money to watch my hometown team, I didn't watch a lot of regular season, and I barely watch the Twins anymore. So, but I did watch a lot of games of just a lot of different MLB teams. It's incredible to think about how much changes if Ernie Clement hits the ball 4 feet further. in the 9th inning.
Yeah.
You know, that one where
isn't that crazy?
Paez comes in and makes that catch over Hernandez when Hernandez is trying to do a Willie Mays. I mean, think how close that came. We have a different city celebrating. We people are crowning either Addison Barger or Clement as MVP. I mean, those guys would hit like 500, 400 something in the series. I mean, these guys could have become legends in that city, and it's a game of inches. What an incredible Vlad Guerrero, 8 home runs in the postseason. I mean, these guys had just incredible postseasons, and to have it all vanish just like that. Oh, so close. Think about that kid, Trey Savage. You know, the kid who started the season in single A, went through every stage of the minor leagues and then made it up to the pros and had 3 postseason wins. So some really cool stories. Obviously, Yamamoto's ability to throw strikes with 6 different pitches and have those efforts in game 6 and 7. That's some really incredible individual efforts by him. And so, yeah, it was a cool season and definitely the postseason really never disappoints. When are they going to go to a shorter season? Never, but it would be nice if they shortened up that season, but it really gets cooking in the postseason, and it was a good.
It was a great game 7, though, man.
Yeah,
it was just
unreal.
That was unreal. Yeah, that's great, man. Great take. What about you, Bill?
Yeah, I mean, Pat just nailed so many of the things that I was going to highlight. I mean, obviously, you guys know for me how just bittersweet the season was because the Mariners were so close. Still can't believe they pitched to Springer, and he was just so clutch, just heartbreaking for all of us Mariner fans. But what I was going to highlight is there's just no sport out there that has the drama and the buildup that baseball does. It just incredible postseason. And Pat nailed so much of it. A couple other things I would highlight. Ernie Clement. So I have a buddy out here in Seattle who said, Ernie Clement looks like he should be managing the produce section at your local supermarket. And I was like, that is so perfect for what he looks like. The kid had 30 hits in the postseason, set the all-time record. Pat mentioned Vladdy's 8 bombs. Bo Bichette can barely walk, and he's out there gutting out bases as he's just roping the ball all over the field. I mean, that 3-run jack, too, in Game 7, unbelievable. Alejandro Kirk, how is he good? He's like 5'6", 250.
Yeah.
And he's a great catcher. And the Mariners could not get him out. They couldn't get Barger out. They couldn't get Jimenez out.
Yeah.
Couldn't get Clement out. Vladdy is Vladdy. Every single time that guy hits the ball, lasers. And then somehow the Dodgers won. Anyway, I mean, Yamamoto, I was going to save all my sort of shine for that guy. I mean,
just amazing.
96 pitches in Game 6 to come back and pitch, to volunteer to pitch, right, to Dave Roberts, and then to deliver like he did. 3-0 in the World Series. I mean, 3-0 in the World Series. Crazy. Just super gutty. I have 2 other quick things, and I'll kick it to you, Bierman. This is more season related versus postseason related. Bring on the robo-umps. For me, I want to see the strike zone next year be the box, and if it's outside of that thing, I don't care how a catcher frames up the pitches by the whole nonsense. No, give me strikes that are strikes and balls that are balls. If it touches the outside of that thing, we have the technology to say that's a strike, and it should take 1 second for them to say strike. And no one would be like, oh my God, how is that? No, it's obvious because it's right there.
I would be okay with that, but anyway, I would like the umpires. I would like the umpires to have the ability to expand or contract it when they just a little bit. You know how
it's
some days
or it's like
some days. Umps would be like, all right, guys, come on, let's swing the bats. I'm gonna start calling some strikes. There is a little bit
I'm just ready. I get it, and I love the human aspect of it, of the umpires. I don't think you need to do necessarily outs at second and third base, first base, but the strike zone. Just make the strike zone robo-umps. I just think it's time. It's time. So that was my big thing for changes to see maybe for next year. And then I'm going to give a little love to my guy, Cal Raleigh. Just what an unbelievable year. Yeah. Most home runs by a catcher, 60. Most home runs in a season for an AL player, 65. That includes the postseason, but he passed Aaron Judge with 64. Most home runs from a switch hitter, Mickey Mantle was 54. He was so clutch the entire season. He was so clutch in the postseason, which is when you want your biggest players and stars to step up. And he was awesome, and so was Julio, and for the Mariners. But then, and he managed one of the best pitching staffs in the game. And so, to me, it's a no-doubter Cal Raleigh should win the MVP. I'm not going to lose sleep if he doesn't, because Aaron Judge is also awesome. But I just got to give a little shout-out to Cal. Big dumper, great year, really fun to follow him. He's a great dude. So
great story. Yeah, I'm with you. I hope he wins it too. I think they're both great, but I think he deserves it. And I think Judge has had him before. Judge will have opportunities in the future, and Raleigh might too. But I would love to see Raleigh get it this year. Very well deserved. I got to start by just giving love to the Dodgers, guys. They became the first MLB team to repeat as champs since 98 through 2000 Yankees, and only the 8th team to do that since 1939. This Dodgers team is phenomenal, guys. They have 4 guaranteed future Hall of Famers in Ohtani, Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, and Clayton Kershaw. And Blake Snell will certainly have a chance someday as well. Similar to what we've talked about in the past about just appreciating what we're seeing with Ohtani. I also hope we're all appreciating just what we're seeing with the Dodgers. I mean, we rarely see dominant MLB teams and dynasties anymore. Yeah, here they are. 2 back-to-back World Series wins, 3 in the past 5 years, 5 World Series appearances in the past 9 years. It's just awesome. It's awesome to see. Yeah, they're big market and tons of money, and I don't have any affinity toward them. In fact, I was rooting for the Blue Jays, but I do think it's cool to witness greatness, and I believe we're seeing one of the 5 or 6 best teams in the past 50 years. And I think that's pretty cool. So definitely massive congrats to the Dodgers and the Blue Jays. I do want to just, the Blue Jays were definitely the underdog here, but I do want to be clear about one thing. The Dodgers, they had the second highest payroll with $321 million. The Mets were number 1 with $323 million. But the Blue Jays weren't far behind. They also they had the 5th highest payroll in the bigs this season with $239 million. So, I mean, it was almost $100 million less than the Dodgers, but still, they spent a lot of money comparatively speaking. So while they were still the underdog, they still ponied up a lot of money and they got a lot of talent. So I want to take a minute and give some love to 3 teams that had great seasons, made it to the playoffs, gave their fans incredible years, things to root for, and did it all with one of the 9 lowest payrolls in the league. And there's 3 teams. Let's start with the Cleveland Guardians, 6th lowest in the league at $100 million. They won their division, made the playoffs. Milwaukee Brewers not crushed their division, but they won their division by 5 games. 8th lowest payroll at $115 million. And my Cincinnati Reds, just a tad ahead, $115.5 million. 9th lowest payroll. I think it's one thing to compete and do great when you can pay the most for talent. It's quite another when you have to be more creative, develop better, and have very little room for mistakes. So I just want to call those 3 teams out and give them a round of applause because that's awesome. And then real quick, finally, I got to shout out 3 players, guys, in 2025 who each hit 4 home runs in one game. Before this season, only 18 players in the history of the game had done it. And we had 3 players this year do it. I think that's kind of just remarkable. In April, Genio Suarez became just the 19th player to hit 4 home runs. It was against the Braves. Unfortunately, his D-backs actually lost the game, 8-7 in the 10th inning. In July, rookie Nick Kurtz became the first A's player in franchise history with a 4-homer game. He also was 6 for 6. That game. He was the first rookie in Major League Baseball history to do it as well, and he was the 20th player all time to hit that milestone. And then in August, the 21st player to ever do it was Kyle Schwarber, also against Atlanta. He hit 4 home runs, and the Phillies won 19-4. So I don't know. That's pretty impressive. And finally, thought this was interesting. This was the first season in 20 years where there were no perfect games and no hitters. Last time was 2005. So
wow,
great season though. Baseball is definitely, I love football and basketball more than baseball, but I loved this season. One of my favorites in a really long time. So kudos to MLB for bringing it, and kudos to you too. Thank you for bringing your thoughts on the past season. Well, let's get into the rest of the show in just a moment. We'll do Nailed It for week 9. Then we'll share our hot takes. Then it's Stone Cold Locks time, where overall we did pretty poorly, guys. So we'll get into that in a minute. And finally, we'll wrap up the show with a top 5 that actually harkens back to our very first episode. And of course, we'll have plenty of fun and shenanigans along the way, including Pat explaining why Polish waffles are clearly superior to the Belgian kind, and apparently the syrup's stickier too. Okay, gentlemen, it is time for the segment Sweeping America. It is time for Nailed It. We are back for week 9, and I'll hand it over to Bill in just a moment. But first, just wanted to remind everyone that we still have the Whistler competition every week. If you are interested in trying to win a free trip to Vegas, just go to cmansports.com for more info on how to enter. We weren't able to share who won week 7 last week because there was still a soccer question needing to be decided. Big surprise, soccer slowing things down. But we now know Mike Paston, the reigning Nailed It champ, won.
Yeah.
And will have a chance to defend his title when the Super Bowl rolls around. Now, for the second week in a row, we can't tell you this week's winner yet because 3 players were tied, and the tiebreaker question hinges on Javonte Williams' rushing yards tonight. But I can tell you, the 3 tied are Steven Takahashi, Ken Wintermote, and Nate Blackston, our very own Nate Blackston of the St. Louis. And again, and Ken Wintermote's one of our Sandman legends. So yeah, we'll see who wins that. We'll know first thing tomorrow morning. All right, and for our updated standings, last week I got 3 points. I had a good week. Bill and Pat, you both got 2. So that's Bill, you're okay, good. Bill, you're at 20 points now. I'm at 19 and Pat's at 18. So
wow, close.
This is really close. I love seeing
last year by this time. I think Bierman was ahead by like 20.
I had a big lead. Maybe not 20, but I probably was. It was a half dozen for sure.
Yeah.
All right, Bill. Well, I'll kick it over to you. Why don't you get us going?
Yeah. All right. So 5 questions here for episode 64. It's a pretty shitty week for college football. There's only 2 games versus top 25 ranked opponents this week. So game day will be in Texas, but not where you might think. It's actually BYU traveling to Lubbock to face Texas Tech. All right, and this is just a weird line, you guys. Very weird line. So number 9 Texas Tech is favored by 10.5 against the Mormons. They're the number 8 team in the nation. Bear Bachmeier of BYU has 9 rushing TDs in 8 games. Okay, and his counterpart, I don't even know how to say this guy's name. Barron, I think.
Barron Morton.
Barron Morton has 0. Okay, so Bear 9, Barron 0. How many combined rushing TDs will the 2 starting quarterbacks have? This is going to be crazy. I'm saying this right now. All right, Klett 0. That's what I wanted to guess. I was too chicken. I went 1. Bierman 1. Okay. All right. I figured it's going to be 0 or 1.
I really wanted to go 0. Yeah, I think it's going to be. I chickened
out. I chickened out.
Watch, it'll be 4.
It'll be it'll go crazy. They'll go crazy. All right. Question number 2. The only undefeated team in the SEC, that is the number 3 Texas A&M Aggies, travel to Columbia, Missouri to face the number 19 Tigers. The over-under is 49.5. The Aggies are 7.5 point favorites on the road. How many total points will be scored in this game? Oh, wow. Bierman and I both went 44. Pat, 51. That's kind of crazy. All right. Question number 3. Saturday. Oh, I did throw a soccer one in there. Sorry, guys. Saturday, November 8th. Okay, the first round of the MLS playoffs will come to a close. We currently have 2 game 3s slated to play on Saturday. Okay, so that's FC Cincinnati, Bierman squad, against Columbus Crew. That is tied up 1-1. We have Inter Miami and Lionel Messi facing Nashville, also tied 1-1. Okay, my Sounders play the Loons, Pat's Loons, here in an hour from when we're recording this, but we're not.
I got it. Yeah, let's hurry up so I can watch the game.
We don't know. That's right. No, that game's not going to come into play. So it's just what are the total goals scored in the other 2 matchups? Colette went nuts. 9 goals. Sanders 4, Bierman 6. All right. That'd be fun. Okay. Hey, no one's going to be expecting question number 4, which is the Worldwide Technology Championship, Fall Series Golf. Okay. This is down at Diamante, Cabo San Lucas, Mexico. Last year's winner, Austin Eckroat, was minus 24. The year before, Eric Van Rooyen won at minus 27. This year, what will the winner shoot to par? Bierman, 25. Klett, 20. Sanders, 26. Okay. I'm hoping they go low, I guess. All right. Last question of the week. One of our podcast favorites has to be JJ McCarthy. Brought Eric a national title. Pat Klett's QB1.
He looked so good.
Sanders begrudgingly likes the kid, even though he ripped my heart out as a Husky fan. In 3 games this year, I was blown away by Skull Vikes. Pat's pointing out his Vikings lid if you're not watching on YouTube. Okay. McCarthy averages 148 yards passing. Lamar averages 215 yards passing. The question is, what will the difference be in passing yards between the two quarterbacks on Sunday? JJ averages 148.
That is an interesting question.
Lamar Jackson, 215. Klett, 13 yards. Going to be tough. Bierman, 48. Sanders, 88. Oh, God, I don't like my guess at all now. All right. That's it. That's nailed it. Good luck, everybody.
Wow. I like that question. That was good.
Keep trying to come up with new.
That makes up for the soccer one that you asked a few prior to that. So, good job, guys. Good job. Good questions. Looking forward to another week and nailed it. Now, I guess it's time, though, to get into hot takes, guys. Yes, that's right. It is time for Sandman Sports Hot Takes, brought to you by Double Take Salsa. What's there to say about the best condiment in America? Double Take is craft salsa and hot sauce built on one promise. Flavor first, heat second. Their salsas and sauces are packed with bold, fresh ingredients that hit you with flavor up front. Then the heat sneaks in and makes you do a double take. If you love salsa or consider yourself an aficionado, you have to try this product. Find them online at doubletakesalsa.com and follow along on Facebook and Instagram. All right, Pat Klett, why don't you start us off, sir? Because it is hot take time.
Hot take time.
Hot takes. Hot takes. Get going with some mild takes again this week, just for Eric. I don't want to. I don't want to make you guys look bad. So, Bills Chiefs felt like a division game. Those games feel like a division game, even though they're not in the same division. But they play often. They've played a lot over the last few years. They're playing again next year in the Bills' new stadium. So they're just scheduling it every year. And I just want to say shout out to the Bills who beat the Chiefs yesterday, because the Chiefs are becoming hated Chiefs again for me. But other than that, I was thinking about, I just wanted to ask a question. What is an appropriate amount of time before taking down holiday decorations? What do you guys think? Like, the holidays over.
Am I doing it or is my wife?
Well, she's going to make you do it.
I mean, I'd leave Christmas lights up all year because it's such a pain in the ass.
Yes.
You get a week. You get 1 week.
You get a week.
A week.
Yeah.
That's probably
ours.
Yeah.
Ours are down the next day. They were gone by Saturday afternoon.
I mean, that's usually what Jamie does too. Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. My daughter and wife did it. But yeah, other than that, I stopped watching sports. Seriously. I know I mentioned that a few weeks ago, but I'm pretty much done watching sports. So this is going to be really hard to come up with hot takes about sports because I quit sports altogether. I'm kind of in currently in a sports purgatory where I don't know. I miss all the Saturday games, usually because of work. And I did watch the Vikes on Sunday, and I did watch the World Series, but I don't know. I need something to get
So it
me
sounds like
excited.
you're watching
Maybe
a
I'll
decent amount of sports.
I might need to start watching MLS or something to just mix it up. I just feel like
You should.
I need to go somewhere else with sports. Maybe cornhole tournament, ESPN the Ocho. See what
Pat, can I throw one out for you?
Yeah.
Okay. Have either of you guys seen this Omega Ball? It's soccer played with 3 goals in a giant circle. It is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Okay, this has been going on though for a couple years.
I could have told you that when you said it was soccer related.
It is. You guys look up Omega Ball. It is horrible, horrible. Okay, I just saw the other night, late, whatever, flip on ESPN. It's that same type of concept with 3 basketball hoops. And these guys are running around. This is a serious sport.
You could just shoot out any of the 3 hoops. You don't have to defend any of them. It's just everything's wide open.
I don't even think they knew what to do. They're just running around. They're shooting on different hoops. Do we not have enough sports? Do we not have enough options that we've got to make up these insane sports?
That's where
I'm throwing it out there to you. You might check it out.
I think it has to do
it's really dumb.
I can't pick winners this year. It's been a rough year picking winners. So I'm a quitter, and I'm just going to quit and give up. I'm doing all right on the overs and unders, but man, I can't pick against the spread in any of these games.
Are you still alive in Ben Harper?
That was the other one.
Still alive?
I mean, I figured there's no way Washington State there's no way the Cougs are gonna lose to the Beavs. Like how?
I mean, you guys, my Coug friends are ready to jump off of the highest cliff that exists. That's a terrible I still can't believe they lost that game. Oh my God. Poor Cougars. No, I did enjoy listening to your guys' segment last week though. With the Nailed It and Pat, just the giddiness you have of the Cougs and the Beavs when that came up and Nailed It.
It's awesome. No, I have about $25,000. I have about $25,000 left in my Ben Harper pool, so I'm hanging on by a thread.
Okay.
But
you're hanging.
I'll just do a 4-team parlay and get back. Give me 2 weeks. I'll be right back up there.
Okay. Sounds good.
Anyway.
Okay. Epic World Series. Yeah. Epic World Series. We already covered it. I just was going to say awesome. Just awesome. Pat highlighted the one thing I was going to call out earlier with that Pajes catch in left center field. Guys, why was the outfield so shallow? Yeah. Why right there? I mean, Pajes, or however you say the guy's name, it looks like Pages, but I think it's Pajes. He covered like 50 yards to get back there. I mean, that was an unbelievable catch that didn't need to happen that way. I mean, when Clement hit it, I was like, oh, that's just a pop-up. And then, I mean, they had, anyway, circus. But what a I mean, the fact that the catcher's cleat, Will Smith's cleat of his lifts and then gets down just before he slides in there. I mean,
I'm not sure that did either. I'm still not convinced on that play. I don't think I thought he was safe.
So many plays. Yeah, crazy. Anyway, what a great World Series. It awesome. I texted you guys this. I'm just going to bring it up in my hot takes. You got to hang these Seahawks retro jerseys in the Louvre. There is no better jersey in professional sports than what the Seahawks were wearing last night. You can't beat it. You just can't. And so today I went in and I did a little research. And there were so many people out there that are not even Seattleites that are like, these jerseys are the greatest thing of all time. Why don't they wear these things every time? But you can't do that. You can't do it because it would just ruin it, right? You got to save it for the special moments. Anyway, just a tear to my eye. Love those retro jerseys. That was my last hot take. Oh, and
the Broncos
also,
did theirs recently too. Yeah. I love
the Orange Crush ones.
The Orange Crush
phenomenal.
ones.
Yeah. The Orange Crush ones. I mean, it makes me think of Yeah. Anyway, last comment, kick it to Bierman. Loving Mike McDonald and what he's doing with the Seahawks team.
Yeah.
They are legit, boys. So granted, the NFC West looks like it might be the best division in football all of a sudden, but it's really been fun. And the Seahawks have kind of been an afterthought with everything going on with the Mariners. So anyway, hopefully we're in for a good second half of the season here.
Guys, I'm going to talk about something I don't think I've ever talked about in more than a year of this podcast. And it's in honor of the Blue Jays and their incredible run this year north of the border. Guys, I want to give a little love to another proud but often overlooked corner of Canadian sports. We're going to talk a little Canadian Football League.
Oh, wow.
Okay. We all know Canada loves its hockey, and we all know the NFL has long overshadowed everything else on the gridiron in the North American sports world. But here's the thing. The CFL not only exists, it is quietly thriving. So I want to share some highlights and let our listeners in on the CFL, who they are, what they are, and how awesome they are. So, all right. So the league officially formed in 1958, making it older than the Super Bowl, but its roots actually go back all the way to 1907. So a lot of pride, a lot of tradition linked to this league. For those of you who might not know, the CFL has 9 teams, okay, split between the East and West divisions. They all play an 18-game schedule from June to November, capped off by the Grey Cup, which is basically Canada's Super Bowl. It's one of the country's biggest TV events every year. It will be held in less than 2 weeks in Winnipeg, November 16th, just 2 weeks out. So, Pat, send your letter to YouTube TV. Make sure they've got the streaming rights available for that thing. You will not want to miss it, I'm sure. The Toronto Argonauts are the reigning champs, and they're the oldest Canadian football team, founded way back in 1873. And the Edmonton Elks own the most titles with 11. Winnipeg, Saskatchewan, and Calgary are known to have the most passionate fan bases, often fill their stadiums even when it's below freezing, which is probably even in July, happens occasionally. But guys, this part blew my mind. Did you know that back in the mid 1990s, I literally had no idea. The CFL went full on, like, bold, crazy expansion into the United States. Okay. No. Seriously. We had the Las Vegas Posse, the Shreveport Pirates, the Memphis Mad Dogs, the Birmingham Barracudas, and even the Baltimore Stallions, who actually won the Grey Cup in 1995. Yes, an American team won the Grey Cup. That experiment didn't last real long. I had no idea it ever even happened. But they are now back to all Canadian teams. CFL has produced a lot of legends too, guys. Doug Flutie dominated before heading the NFL. Warren Moon, of course, famously.
Yeah.
He used Canada as his launch pad to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. And Anthony Calvillo, I think I'm pronouncing his name right, the league's all-time passing leader with over 79,000 passing yards. Now, Tom Brady had over 89,000, in case you're wondering, but still very impressive, Anthony. So, yeah, just wanted to, while most of us will spend our Sundays watching the NFL, had to take a brief moment to appreciate that just a few hours north, there's another brand of football still kicking after plenty of decades on a bigger field with only 3 downs, 12 players, and a whole lot of history. All right.
It seems odd. Only 9 teams. You can't.
I know that is
come up with a 10th team.
That's very weird. It's very weird that it's 9 teams and that they have an 18-game schedule. Because that means it's not. You're not playing the same teams.
Should be a 16 game. Yeah, it's weird.
16 game. Yeah.
No, I thought that too. So, Pat is gonna love my next topic. Okay, I have to get this out, guys. This is like my therapy. I have to get this out. So I got to talk a little bit about helmets. Okay. All right. You know, I love my Michigan Wolverines helmets, my Bengals helmets, because they're different. I love the Cowboys because it's classic. I don't even mind the Oregon Ducks because they're original. Okay. A lot of helmets. I love a lot of helmets. Okay. But you know what isn't original and what drives me nuts in helmets, guys? Just writing the fucking nickname on the helmet. that should be outlawed. Okay. I saw it on Saturday with the Florida Gators where it just says Gators across the helmet. What, really? Can we not come up with like a fucking awesome gator image for the logo there? I mean, I would think you could come up with an epic visual for that.
Terps.
Yeah, the Terps. Yeah, that's another one. Yeah. I mean,
UNLV.
No, let's just instead write Gators and call it a day and make it a little script so it looks cool. Are you kidding me? I mean, it's ridiculous. The Bengals, guys, used to have, this in the 60s and 70s. I mean, this was their helmet before going to their striped helmets in the early 80s. And thank goodness they did, because that was stupid. But guys, there are actually 3 NFL helmets today that still have their team name on the helmet. Now, to be fair, all 3 have other designs too. Okay. It's not just the name, but really, are we that dumb that we need the name spelled out for us too, that we can't figure out who these teams are if you don't write the name for us on the helmet?
Are you trying to figure out, Bill? Bill, it looks like you and I are trying to figure out.
I'm totally trying to figure it out. Totally
be my guest. We'll be coming back in a few months.
49ers.
You guys want to guess the 3?
Oh, that's a good one.
No.
Well,
doesn't it say 49ers on it?
Titans, Steelers, in small
Steelers.
writing. Yes,
Steelers.
Oh, it says it.
By the way, the 49ers just has SF on it.
Oh, SF.
Thing.
Yeah, right.
The Steelers is one. And again, the Steelers, I like the colors. I like
Giants?
the other things that they have on it, but you don't need to. No, but very close.
Oh,
Jets.
Jets. Jets. I do feel like they need to remind their fans how to spell their names, so that's probably why they also have the Jets, Jets shit. All right, so there's that, and then the last one, just win, baby. The Las Vegas Raiders.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah.
I would have never.
I mean, seriously though, it drives me nuts, guys. Please, for the love of God, remove the name. It is not needed. Have a kick-ass logo, and that is all you need. And that is all I have for hot takes today, guys. All right, guys. Well, let's get into our Stone Cold Lock segment. Overall, it was a rough week for us. Pat
not good.
Went 1-2. Our guest host Brandon went 0-3. Bill is 0-2. Currently waiting on the Monday Night Football game, where poor Pat got shit for picking Monday night games, and then Bill just picks Monday night games like it's like it's nothing. So whatever.
I got to admit, I was in Vegas, and it was just I'm going with Pat's over on Dallas, and then I just threw it in there, but. It's not looking great.
If you listen to me last week, I said I'm not going with the Dallas over this week.
You did.
No, but
did.
I didn't hear that though.
Yeah, I actually liked.
I still have a chance. I still have a chance. There's a lot of game left.
Yeah, but I mean, you got over 53.5, and it's what 34 right now. So I mean. And very well.
I didn't see the game, but how did Atlanta score late? I don't know how they scored late. It had to be a garbage touchdown or something.
I wasn't watching it. No, it wasn't.
Because I thought I had that one locked up.
They scored and missed the extra point.
Yeah,
Did
they miss the extra point?
Yeah, they missed the extra point. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Ugly.
I actually went 2-1.
Nice.
So it was good week for me. But our season records, here we go. Bill 17-12, and then Pat and I are both 500. Pat's 15-15. I'm 14-14-2.
That's not terrible.
So yeah, we're right there. No, we're. I'm feeling better. Better. We're gonna get on a hot streak, and I think it's gonna start right now, guys. I'm feeling a 9-0 week. I'm really feeling a 9-0 week. So Pat, get us started. Here we go.
All right, I got Oregon, Iowa. Oregon is, when I looked, they were giving 5.5. And I just see, I know it's in Iowa.
Oregon's only giving 5.5 to Iowa.
But I see an upper
Wow.
tier team playing a mid-tier team, and I feel like the Ducks are going to quack them pretty good. So give me the Ducks. Give me the Ducks. 5.5 points. Lock it in.
I love
like it. You know what I feel like we haven't had in like 6 or 7 episodes is a 2-pat.
We had one last week.
Oh, you did? Okay. All right. I didn't hear that.
Yeah. Maybe if you showed up once in a while, Bill.
Seriously. God,
you're never here.
You show up for a podcast. I'm going with Detroit. -7.5. Did you guys see the Jaden Daniels injury, even though you didn't watch the game last night?
I heard about it.
Heartbreaking. Seahawks
out
up
for
38-7 or whatever it was. His elbow, left elbow, not his throwing elbow, but his left elbow was like not good. Yeah, not good. He's not playing. You got Marcus Mariota going in there. I feel like Detroit struggled against Minnesota this week. I feel like there's a bounce back. There's some sort of Dan Campbell bounce back stat, and I'm thinking that Detroit covers this, even though I hate -7.5 point lines. So give me the Lions -7.5.
I think it's a good call.
Guys, have we ever talked about what college campuses have the hottest women before? Because
I believe that's come up. Yeah.
Okay.
Didn't we talk about the Grove? We talked about ASU.
Well, the Saturday Night Kegger.
I don't think we officially gave our rankings.
No, I agree. We did not give rankings, and I'm not going to necessarily do that right now. But I got to tell you, if we were doing rankings, Southern Methodist University would be near the top of the list. There are some non-ugly women that go there. I grew up not too far from campus, and so in honor of those beautiful, wonderful ladies, we are going with the SMU Mustangs, giving 10.5 points at Boston College this week. Guys, Boston College is not good. They have lost 8 straight games, with its only win coming in week 1 against 1-8 FCS Fordham. Okay, that's literally their only win. Over their last 5 losses, the closest margin was 14 points. And the average margin of defeat has been 23 over their last 5 losses. The Eagles sit in the bottom 30 in total offense, bottom 15 in total defense. SMU, on the other hand, has won 4 of its last 5, including a great overtime comeback against Miami. 5 of the Mustangs' 6 wins have come by double digits with an average margin of victory of 17 points. I cannot believe that the line is only 10.5. It's one of those where I had to do like a quadruple take on it, to be honest with you, because I'm going to share another one in a minute that is one of those where I'm taking the contrarian move because there's something off with it. This one, I don't think there's off with it. I don't know what's going on with it, but I love SMU -10.5, and I don't see how it doesn't hit. So, all right, Pat, what do you got?
All right, I got Colts 6.5. They're giving 6.5 against Atlanta at home, and I know the Colts kind of laid an egg last week, but that's Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh can be tough. And
dude, that
Atlanta,
that was brutal.
Atlanta somehow stuck with New England, but I just don't think
you do not like
Atlanta.
You do not.
I just don't think they're that good. And Colts, this is their bounce back game. So, and then, indoor game. Maybe they're an indoor team. Colts, greatest show on turf.
I love that.
What was the line on that one, Pat?
I had it at 6.5.
Okay.
They're given 6.5. So.
Got it. All right.
I just want to be clear that I have not talked to Bierman about his picks before this podcast episode was recorded.
Are we doing a 2-pat?
And I just said that there hasn't been a 2-pat, not knowing that there was a 2-pat last week.
Smooth.
But SMU.
Dude.
SMU, are you what am I missing with this line?
I don't know. I really don't think you're missing anything. Because a lot of these times it does make me nervous when it's a line like this. I looked into this a lot,
Did
dude.
SMU's quarterback somehow fall ill
No.
or like
No, I mean,
sprain an ankle getting off
that's
the
what
plane?
I'm gonna look again because literally that was my biggest concern. I've Googled it a million times. From what I can tell, no, their quarterback is fine.
I mean, I've liked this team all year. I have them in the NCAA teams pool, Bierman. So I've been watching them. Ole Miss and SMU are like carrying me in that thing. But yeah, I just was like, I don't get this. I don't get this line. And if you hit my other pick that I have as honorable mention with the one that you just said you were going to go the other way, I'll be blown away. But I think we're thinking very similarly this week on a couple things. The 10.5 points is a scary line. So anyway, give me SMU. Give me SMU.
Yeah, I do not. Yeah, I do not. Yeah, I mean, it's showing injuries, and it does not show
Did the
him.
line move? Is it still at 10.5 or is it?
Yeah, it's still 10.5.
Still 10.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I feel like we're missing something, but that's
yeah. I mean, Boston College will probably win by 3 touchdowns, but I'm sticking by it for now. All right, guys. Here's my next one. We'll see soon if this is the one that Bill has too. You mentioned this game actually a little bit earlier.
You're gonna do it.
All right. Yeah. So I mean, again, it's one of those where just you look at it and you're like, this is too good to be true. But I did some research and I actually love the other side. I'm going with Texas Tech minus 10 against BYU. So BYU is undefeated. They're ranked in the top 10. So why are the Cougs getting double digits on the spread? For starters, they are dealing with some key injuries. The running back, LJ Martin, a couple safeties, a linebacker, all key players, and they all could miss the game. Now they could play too, but as of when I looked at it this morning, all 4 are more questionable to play than they are probable to play. So the record looks great. Okay, great. They're undefeated, but really when you dive into it, their only truly impressive win came at home against Utah 3 weeks ago. They also have had a bad habit of falling behind early and then just needing to claw their way back. I think that's going to be difficult against a very, very good Red Raider team. Texas Tech sits at 8-1. I think they have a genuine chance of making some noise in the CFP, guys. This is a good team. They're coming off a 23-point road just destruction of Kansas State. Their only loss was a 4-point setback at Arizona State in mid-October. The ESPN game day crew is going to be in Lubbock for the first time since 2008. In their first 5 home games, this season, listen to this, guys. They've played 5 home games. They're home this week. They have outscored opponents by a combined 258 to 52.
Wow.
That is 52 to 10 on average per game. They rank 3rd nationally in scoring offense, 5th in defense. I love Texas Tech to roll to a double-digit win, and they're going to cover comfortably. So give me the Red Raiders minus 10. All right, Pat, finish this off.
All right, Browns Jets over 37.5. Jets can score, and I don't think either team will lock down the other one. So give me the over here. It just seems like not enough points for two teams that are probably not that good, and usually around the middle of the season, maybe the defense will try a little less once they see that the season's getting out of hand. So give me the over in the 37.5 for the Jets Browns.
Got it.
Nice. That was crazy last week too. Myles Garrett, you see that? He had 5 sacks.
5 sacks.
And then he got pulled out of the game and he was all pissed. Yeah, crazy. That guy's so good. So Eric nailed what became in my honorables, and I was going to go BYU, Eric. So I'm glad that I put that in my honorables so that we can go 9-0. But I'm going here with my hometown squad. So look, Wisconsin might cover. Okay, they're playing at Camp Randall. Huskies haven't been great on the road. I'm not touching that though. What I'm playing is the under 45.5. And this is mostly because Wisconsin blows on offense. I mean, they are terrible.
They're under.
The Huskies
they're bad.
Have not been nearly as good on the road. So give me those 2 combinations Huskies coming off a bye week too. I feel like their defense is a little healed up. We've got some guys coming back from injury. Give me that under 45.5. I hope the Huskies win this thing 45-0. But I'm going to go with the under here.
Yeah, that makes sense. Wisconsin's terrible. They're terrible. I mean, the problem is Washington just could score a lot of points. They're pretty good, and I'm not impressed with Wisconsin's defense all that much either. But I like it. All right, guys, I genuinely believe LSU is going to be better without Brian Kelly, both long term and in this particular game. We saw what a coaching change can do at Florida with Billy Napier out and now interim Billy Gonzalez stepping in last week. If they gave Georgia all it could handle before falling by a few points there. I like LSU plus 10.5 at Alabama. I think interim coach Frank Wilson is going to have the same kind of spark on LSU as Gonzalez did with that Gator team. They had a bye week. I think that came in a perfect time. Give Wilson and the team an extra week to put a stamp on the program, get his players re-energized. I think they're going to come out with some fire against hated rival Alabama. And honestly, guys, this LSU team isn't that bad. They're 5-3, but all 3 losses have come against top 15 ranked opponents in Vanderbilt, Ole Miss, and Texas A&M. Alabama's good. They're very good. They also had a bye. But this rivalry tends to bring out the best in LSU. The Tigers, they have pride, they have talent, they have motivation still. I think getting this many points is just too many to pass up. I have a sneaky feeling this one stays tight in the fourth quarter with LSU hanging around and maybe even threatening for the outright upset. So we're going to take LSU plus 10.5.
Good luck.
Well, we're going to move on to our top 5 and finish off the show here with a bang. We sometimes like to be creative with our top 5s, and sometimes we like to just go with the basics. Well, today we are hearkening back to our very first podcast episode more than a year ago now. And in that, our first top 5 ever was our favorite 80s movies of all time. So today we're going to keep it simple. We're going to just bump it up 1 decade. That's right. Today we're going to rank our favorite movies from the 1990s. Can be any genre, any reason, just needs to be a movie made in that wonderful decade. All right, Pat, kick us off, sir, with your number 5 and number 4.
Yeah, I mean, this is like I'm age 13 to 23. This is prime movie watching years perfect. Of my life. So to narrow this down was almost impossible.
Impossible.
Dude,
I mean, this was
hard. This was hard. And we can talk about some honorables at the end too, if you want.
But sure. I just did some 12. Fun little. I love how Bierman likes to every once in a while throw in 2 in 1. He likes to get his money's worth and do like a 2 for 1.
I do.
So I'm going to do a couple of Bierman 2 for 1s here. I got Brad. I got my number 5. We're going with Brad Pitt movies because he's just a dreamboat. But 2 similar. One is A River Runs Through It, 1992. Takes place in rural Montana, but 2 brothers, one goes this way, one goes the other. Good soundtrack, beautiful scenery. And then you got Legends of the Fall, 1994, also rural Montana. World War I, 3 brothers go to war, only 2 come back. And then those 2 remaining brothers fight over Julia Ormond. Ooh, she's good looking.
Julia Ormond.
Anthony Hopkins is the dad.
Me some Julia.
With the chalkboard.
Yeah.
When he's writing on the chalkboard. Yeah.
No doubt. Yeah.
Great call. Those are not the 2 Brad Pitt movies I thought you were going to say.
Oh, I know what ones you're thinking,
great.
and I figured they'd probably be in one of your top 5s, so I left that one out. Actually, I know exactly which other 2 you're thinking there. But I'll leave that. I'll let you go. Oh wait, okay. I need number 4 because that was only 1. All right. So then my number 4, I went with the John Grisham 2-pack here, and John Grisham did The Pelican Brief. Yeah. And he also did so The Pelican Brief in 1993, Julia Roberts, Denzel Washington, and then The Firm,
Denzel,
also in 1993 with Tom Cruise.
Those are
Tom Cruise
fun.
Yeah, Tom Cruise.
Fun, like
Tom Cruise. Gene Triplehorn was his wife. Yeah.
Yep.
Gene Hackman's in that.
Two good books. John Grisham books are good. They're a good read.
So the Wilford Brimley is in the firm, and it's so hard to watch because he plays like a bad guy, and it's like, dude, where's Pop Warner from The Natural? Why are you being an ass? Why are you trying to kill people?
Yeah. It was good
those are
fun
sneaky
movies.
Hot too.
Oh, sneaky hot, dude. Sneaky hot.
Who was
Jean Triplehorn? Except don't ever watch Waterworld. She's in that, and she's hot in that.
Movie.
That I tried to rewatch that not all that long ago. I rarely turn off movies because once I'm started, I'm like, I'm gonna finish this no matter what. It was so terrible.
Horrible movie.
Yeah. Horrible.
Was that in the 90s? That might have been.
Yeah, that was. Yeah,
might have been.
90s, didn't make your top five.
Yeah. No, it would make bottom five. It would make five worse for sure.
Nice. Those are good, Pat. Love that. I love Grisham books, man. Grisham books were so solid. It's just a great read.
Such a quick read. So fast. Yeah.
Yeah. Good stuff. So my 5 and 4, I went with my World War II theme. So I have Saving Private Ryan, 1998. This movie absolutely moved me to tears. The opening sequence, you guys have seen it, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen Saving Ryan's Privates, but not Saving Private Ryan. Huh?
Little different film. But yeah, I mean, just the 45 minutes of them storming the beach and just absolutely incredible. Just the whole, just everything all the way up to the final scene. Just so well done. And then Marcy and I were really fortunate to go visit the beaches and a number of years ago, and just to be standing on that beach and then to see the cemetery, and that's kind of that end scene of that movie. It was just incredible to be there in person.
Yeah.
But such a good movie. Such a good movie. Number 4 for me, I went with Schindler's List. Steven Spielberg.
I mean, dude, you are not bringing the lighthearted ones.
No. I mean, you guys know me though. I love the war movies. I love war movies. I think I had Platoon as my number 1 80s movie. So
I love your number 5 and 4, and then what we move on to my number 5. There's really no way to segue to this. I'm just telling
transition.
You better start thinking of it. Start thinking of your segue.
Yeah, exactly.
The thing about Schindler's List that I love so much, I mean, obviously the story is the Holocaust is incredibly depressing, but the filmmaking of Steven Spielberg in that movie, when the girl with the red coat, if you guys remember, the whole film was pretty much black and white.
Never seen it.
I've never seen it. Okay.
Never seen it.
I mean, this girl, they just filmed this movie. It's mostly black and white, but there's a scene where there's this girl walking in the concentration camp, and she's the only bit of color in the scene. And then later in the movie, you see this like conveyor belt taking bodies into a pit, and you see this red coat go and drop in. And I mean, honestly, guys, I think it was the first movie I ever remember crying in.
That's powerful.
Movies didn't hit me that way. So, but just an incredible film. So those are my 5 and 4.
Yeah.
That was such a hard one to watch. Yeah.
That's why I've never watched.
I mean, but the true story, Oscar Schindler.
I know it's a great story.
Yeah.
And I should force myself.
Liam Neeson, amazing.
But it's guys, as you said, this was so tough. I have so many honorable mentions, and this is not necessarily the same list I would make if I was tasked with ranking the 5 best movies of that decade. But since this is a list of our favorite movies from that decade, I really just decided to go with the movies that I find myself watching over and over and over again. So these are all ones I've seen probably at least 10 times each, and in some cases many more. So my number 5 is pretty much the opposite of Schindler's List. Like, I literally don't think you could get any more different. This one is probably the worst movie too, like actual movie on my list, but it is one I love. It's one I laugh at every time I watch it. It introduces us to the world of Stifler and his milfy mom. Yep, I'm going with American Pie. Just a classic raunchy high school comedy about sex. And I got to have at least one of those on my list if I'm going to respect myself in the morning. Guys, there's masturbation. There's oral sex. There's super sexy Shannon Elizabeth. and virtually everyone simply trying to get laid. What is there not to love about this movie? And you got Eugene Levy as a dorky but super well-meaning dad. I mean, I don't know how you can't put this on your list, actually. So that's my number 5. And then number 4, I love this movie. I actually just introduced it to Mac and Cooper a few months ago. They both loved it, but even Max, she's like, for an older movie, that was like one of the more enjoyable ones I've seen in a really long time. You got Harrison Ford, Tommy Lee Jones, a one-armed man, and Chicago as the backdrop. You got to go with The Fugitive. Got to go. Just a great, compelling story from beginning to end. Yeah, that's my number 4. It was a huge success too. I didn't realize it was the number 1 film for 6 straight weeks. Ended the year number 3 as highest gross in 1993. It spawned a sequel, U.S. Marshals, which honestly wasn't bad, but it certainly wasn't near anywhere as good as the original. So yeah, Fugitive number 4. All right, what do you got for 3 and 2, Pat?
Well, I went with 2 comedies, and you're right, American Pie. When that came out, that's my number 3. When that came out, I saw it in the theater, and it was for its time, like it was.
Yes,
it was definitely different.
Epic.
It was comedy that where you're like, I can't believe they did that. I can't believe they said that. So I remember just going out and just wanting to tell people, oh my God, you got to see this movie. But I always love a good high school movie centered around high school, from the 80s, the John Hughes films,
if
anything where it takes place in high school where there's a kegger. Like,
Superbad was good.
Superbad. All these films are great. And then my number 2, I went with Kingpin. I don't know if you remember Kingpin, but
oh my gosh,
yes!
That's
Bill Murray.
A good one. I did not think of that one.
So good. Nice, good call.
Classic lines in it. It's
that's a good movie.
The premise is just too funny.
I need to rewatch that. Yeah, that's funny. That's a good one.
Yeah, that's classic. I didn't even have that on my radar.
No,
either one of those. I didn't have American Pie either. That's crazy. Yeah. So whatever happened to Shannon Elizabeth? I mean, was it her horrible Russian accent?
She believe it or not, she actually became a poker pro or poker.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah. I did see her playing.
She plays, but she's very good. She's very good at poker. But
weird.
Well, she'd be distracting at the table. Yeah. All right, my number 3, I went with
there were so many inappropriate jokes I wanted to make there. I realized. Yeah. Okay, keep going.
My number 3, I went with Silence of the Lambs. 1991.
Just honorable for me.
One of the most scary, awesome movies of all time in my book. Yeah,
that is the last movie, by the way, guys. That is the last movie from 1991. So what is that? 34 years now. No movie since then has swept all 5 of the major Academy Award.
Wow.
And that one,
didn't realize it was so critically
Best Actor, Best Actress, Best Film, Best Director.
I just, as I was putting my notes together, I was just thinking back to that night vision goggles scene at the end.
Oh my God.
It was just, you're on the edge of your seat like no other movie that I can remember. And I don't really like horror movies.
Yeah. So I don't consider that a horror movie.
No, I'm saying just in terms of being on the edge of your seat or scared watching it. Like, I'm not into horror movies, but
that puts the lotion in the basket.
I mean, but I was just gonna say the quotable lines, the great acting. So yeah, Silence of the Lambs was my number 3. Number 1 and number 2, guys. I think we might have done favorite movies of all time at some point, and I think these were maybe my 1A and 1B. So I went with number 2, The Big Lebowski from 1998. I just love Coen Brothers movies. This movie's so hard not to see at number 1 on these. The dude abides. I mean, the characters in this movie are better than any other movie, I think, of all time. You have the dude, Walter Sobchak, Donnie, Jesus Quintana. I mean, there's just so many great characters in this, all well acted. The dialogue's incredible. I once put together a super hard trivia challenge for a bunch of my buddies, including Jeff Giovinazzo, who just love this movie. I should bring that up for you guys. Even if you don't love this movie, you would appreciate at least the amount of time and effort that went into this trivia challenge. It's just a classic. So it's my number 2.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. And I know what your number one is. We've never done like favorite movies of all time, but we've done other like ancillary movie, like we've done movie quotes and we've done things like that. And you've just
is it Die Hard
through those. So no, it's not. That would have been an 80s movie. But no, I know exactly what his number one is. Okay, so my number 3 is another one I've watched so many times. This one has one of the most famous quotes in movie history. I can handle the truth, boys. And my number 3 is A Few Good Men. Great story, credible cast with Tom Cruise, Demi Moore, Jack Nicholson, Kiefer Sutherland, Cuba Gooding Jr., Kevin Pollak, many, many more. And honestly,
Kevin Bacon.
Kevin Bacon's yeah, geez, I didn't even. That's right. I honestly, one of the things I like the most about this movie, it's you're gonna find it funny that I think about shit like this, but and every time we watch this movie, I say this to my wife, and Jamie's like, "Yeah, I know you tell me this every time we watch this movie," but I really do. I like that they did not manufacture a subplot love story between Demi Moore's character and Tom Cruise's character, because you can tell they kind of try to, they want to, they have them go out to dinner one night or whatever, but I just they didn't need to do that. And so many movies have these little subplot love romantic stories. There wasn't a need for it in this movie, and I love that they resisted that temptation to do that because they didn't need to. It needed to be kept about the case, and thankfully they did that. It's one of the best courtroom movies ever, and it hits my number 3. All right, number 2, guys. This easily could have been my number 1. I am a sucker for any movie about fathers and sons, but this one is definitely one that probably the fewest of our listeners have heard of or seen, and I'm actually curious if you guys have ever even seen this movie. So I'll ask you, have you ever heard of or seen the movie called Frequency with Dennis Quaid and Jim Caviezel?
No.
Yes.
Guys.
Yeah, I watched it. It's a good movie.
It is. Yeah. It's a good movie. So it's a strange one.
Yeah.
Because you're actually going to think I'm making this up when this was hard for me to try to explain the plot because it sounds weird. It's a great movie, but it basically takes place in both 1999 and 1969. It involves like pseudo time travel, not real time travel, but kind of. Yeah, they're talking like through like a ham radio.
Ham radio.
It's weird, dude. But but it's about the love. At the core, it's really about the love between a father and a son, but it also includes a subplot about a serial killer. It includes about a serial killer, and the 1969 World Series featuring the Mets plays like literally a huge role in the movie. Like it's just a weird, bizarre, awesome movie. I love it, and it's my number 2.
It's a great choice.
Yeah, you should, dude. Bill, you should check it out, dude. It's a great movie. It really is. All right, Pat, what do you got for number 1?
I went with The Usual Suspects. Kevin Spacey, the movie you can only ever watch once.
I just watched that. It's such a good movie, dude. No, I just rewatched it probably about a year ago. Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
Benicio del Toro, young, one of his first films. You got Kaiser Sose. Yeah, that was good. But again, you can only watch it once. And I won't spoil the ending.
I don't think I've ever watched it after the first time.
I've seen it a couple times. But I mean, obviously, but I mean, I've watched The Sixth Sense. But it definitely is different after you watch it.
No spoilers. No spoilers on The Sixth Sense.
Yeah. No. But I mean, I felt like that movie was
Did we talk about that?
It was so good.
Yeah. All right, let's hear your number 1 prison movie, Bill.
Yeah, so Shawshank Redemption, 1994, just my favorite movie in any decade. I love how rewatchable it is. It's just the best. I love it.
I'm actually, well, I guess we did have American Pie. I was gonna say I'm surprised we haven't had more ones that we've agreed on. But that one was definitely an honorable mention for me. Honestly, both of those were.
And
I do have an honorable mention list too.
Maybe I have a problem.
You're a very serious person.
Yeah,
Bill.
am I that
You need
serious?
to lighten up, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously.
Yeah. So my number one, I love this movie. Brady now loves this movie. It's one of his favorites. Even my wife Jamie likes this one, which is a little surprising. And I think this is going to shock you because it is a Brad Pitt movie, and you would never guess what movie it is, even though I just told you Brad Pitt's in this movie.
I have 2 in my honorable mention.
No,
Fight Club.
because
Fight Club.
he's in this movie, but nope. This is
all
another one that I would say is not necessarily super popular, although I'm sure many more people have heard and seen this one than Frequency. It's from 1993. Stars Christian Slater, Patricia Arquette, Gary Oldman, Dennis Hopper, Christopher Walken, James Gandolfini, and even Brad Pitt in an early role. I am talking about True Romance.
Yeah.
Guys, this is the classic tale about a comic book store worker who falls in love with a prostitute, kills her pimp, steals a ton of cocaine, travels to LA to sell it, hijinks, and lots of violence ensue. And Elvis Presley even plays a key role. I mean, is a classic movie right there. So, no, I love that movie. Definitely my favorite movie from the 90s. I can rewatch that. In fact, I'm going to have to watch it this weekend.
Nice.
All right, guys. Honorable mentions. What do you got for us? Throw them out there.
Oof, man, Forrest Gump. Gross Point Blank, because I'm a huge Cusack fan. Good Will Hunting.
Yeah, Forrest Gump. Forrest Gump was so close to being my number 5. It was between American Pie and Forrest Gump for me.
Boys in the Hood.
Good Will Hunting. Good one.
Yeah.
Boys in the Hood.
Boys in the Hood.
It was really good. Jerry Maguire.
Yeah.
Dumb and Dumber. Dumb and Dumber. Was, I mean, that was at the time was just classic. That was Jim Carrey at his best. Tombstone. Right? I'm your Huckleberry.
How did I not?
Oh my God,
top 5.
There
one of my favorite movies.
There is one I am shocked nobody's mentioned yet.
Fear with Mark Wahlberg and Reese Witherspoon.
With Mark Wahlberg. Yeah.
That was a good one. And then Contact.
Yeah.
It was pretty good.
Oh, Jodie Foster.
Oh my God, with Jodie Foster.
And
those are good. What about you, Bill? Yeah.
Well, a couple of you guys have mentioned 7. I had Apollo 13 in there. Fight Club.
Yeah.
Reservoir Dogs. Unforgiven. Clint Eastwood's Western. Fargo. Goodfellas. Pulp Fiction.
That was the one I was surprised nobody said yet. It was Pulp Fiction. I think Pulp Fiction that was such a good movie.
And Tombstone, Pat mentioned. One of my
Tombstone's
faves.
good.
I tried to even find a way into my top 5 with that one. Such a good film.
Just you guys hit on a lot of them, but a few others that I think are great. Heat is a great one.
Oh
yeah. Heat was really good.
LA Confidential. I don't know if you guys.
Yeah,
have
I have
seen
that in my honorables.
Did you say that? Okay.
I might have.
Swingers.
I might not have said it.
Swingers is a great one.
Swingers.
And,
that's an all-timer.
And for comedy, you got to go with Groundhog Day. I mean, Groundhog Day is one of the best
classics.
Yeah. All right, guys, that was fun. That was good. Great lists, and got a few I want to go watch now. So, all right, Bill, you got anything from a pool standpoint?
Not much going, but if you are interested in catching up on some fall series golf, we've got the top 25 pool this week from the Worldwide Technology. And then stay tuned for probably a few more reloads on the football side of things here in the next week or 2.
Great. All right. Well, gentlemen, it was another really fun show. Great to have you back again, Bill. Of course, thank you to everyone in Sandman Nation for joining us and listening. We appreciate y'all. Be sure to check us out, please, at sandmansports.com. We'd love to have you visit our site and follow us on social media. We would love to keep it going tonight, but sadly, it is time to exit Sandman Sports. Have a great weekend, everyone. Enjoy the games. Peace out and take care.
Good luck, everybody.